What if the most powerful man in America wasn't a president, but the man who held their secrets? Scene 2, opening title time code. 000050000000120000. Welcome to Epic Time Journeys. Today, we unlock the secret files of J. Edgar Hoover. A shadowy archive that terrified presidents, silenced enemies, and shaped the fate of a nation. Title: The Secret Files of J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover, the founding director of the FBI, ruled the Bureau with an iron grip for nearly half a century. But behind his public image as a relentless crime fighter was a private vault of secrets, files that made him untouchable. Hoover began collecting personal information on public figures as early as the 1920s. Politicians, civil rights leaders, Hollywood stars, even sitting presidents were not immune. These weren't just intelligence reports, they were weapons. Hoover knew that knowledge was power and he stockpiled it like ammunition. One of his most infamous targets? Martin Luther King Jr. In 1963, Hoover authorized a covert campaign to discredit King, whom he viewed as a threat to national security. The FBI wiretapped King's phones, monitored his hotel rooms, and even mailed him an anonymous letter attempting to coerce him into suicide. All of it, carefully recorded and stored away in Hoover's files. And yet the man behind this surveillance remained in the shadows. Presidents came and went: Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, but none dared fire him. Why? Because Hoover had something on everyone. When President Kennedy took office, Hoover reportedly had a thick file on the president's extramarital affairs. He allegedly used it as silent leverage, ensuring his place remained secure. Even the famously ruthless Nixon hesitated to cross Hoover. But what exactly was in these files? While many details remain sealed or heavily redacted, we know Hoover compiled dossiers on senators, Supreme Court justices, civil rights activists, and even entertainers like Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley. He tracked suspected communists, but also kept tabs on those who simply challenged the status quo. After Hoover's death in 1972, there was a scramble inside the FBI. His longtime secretary, Helen Gandy, spent weeks shredding documents from his personal files before Congress or the press could get to them. Some were saved, most were destroyed. But why did Hoover do it? Was it paranoia, a desire for control, or did he genuinely believe the ends justified the means? His legacy is complicated. On one hand, he professionalized law enforcement, helped build a powerful crime-fighting agency, and modernized forensic science. On the other, he weaponized surveillance, trampled civil liberties, and created a culture of fear and secrecy. What remains undisputed is this: J. Edgar Hoover was a man who built an empire not just on law, but on secrets. He understood that in Washington, the real power doesn't always come from the vote, it comes from what you know. The secret files of J. Edgar Hoover may never be fully revealed, but their shadow still lingers. Over the Bureau, over history, and over the very idea of unchecked power. Thanks for watching Epic Time Journeys. Until next time, keep questioning the past. It has more secrets than you think.